She's like, I don't care how bad you are, son. There's somebody else out there just a little bit better. I said, no, hell no. Mama, somebody got to be the baddest. Somebody got to be the baddest. Mama, I love you, but that's me.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Nice. This is Jay Swole. I'm on the bench with 5th rep powerlifting. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Welcome to On the Bench with 5th Rep Powerlifting.
Oh, yeah.
Who we got with us today, man?
Jay Swole, man, the one and only, man.
We got Jay Swole with us.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we just finished our bench press, as y'all can see. And that's actually, that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with that. As y'all can see, he just hit a 505 bench.
Yeah.
Now, walk us through, what is your routine when it came to hitting your 315, your 405, 495, and then ultimately 505?
315 was the ultimate, for me, the barrier that it taught me that if I can do this, I can do anything. 315 is when I really started to learn a lot about my body, how to get it stronger, how to stabilize. 315, that weight right there, that's the introduction to the powerlifting, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Once I got that was pretty much resistant bands, 315. 405, I had to do a lot of back work. Shoulder work, working on stability, those heavier loads, holding them, how to control them. 405 for me, once I got it, it was like, okay, how can I add reps to this? So I did a lot of pyramids. 4 or 5 repping out, boom, take a plate out. 315 repping out, going out, just flat, crazy reps. After 4 or 5, man, I just gradually went up 14, 415. And as you put my weight on it kind of gets scary and the weight widens. So you're like, man. So that's when I had to learn how to change my grip up. When I was a 315 guy, it was kind of narrow. I could, 4 or 5, I had to kind of open up my chest a little bit, work on my front delts, get everything get here stronger, and go for it. But at 500, I failed at least 30 times.
It was a different beast.
30 times, bro. Yeah. So
hell yeah.
Failure was the best thing that could happen to me. For real.
That's how it was with me when it came to the 405, dog. I remember I was stuck I hit 350 once, and then for like the next 2.5 months, I could never hit it again.
Man.
And then for I don't know what I did wrong, right?
Yeah.
I came back one day and I repped 350 for 3 reps.
Let's go. Let's go.
And one thing I noticed about you more so teach high reps.
Yeah.
Repping out shit instead of going 3 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 3.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind that?
Man, well, I got a football background. And so our thing in football was how many reps can you do? How explosive are you? I always want to be a guy with great endurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I taught myself whatever I do, I'm gonna have great endurance at it.
Okay.
So, and I've seen where guys, they hit 315 like this, and I've seen guys hit 315 like this. And I told myself, I want to be the second guy. It's not enough for me just to hit it. I want to dominate it. So that became my thing. For me, I don't want to just do something. I want to perfect it. I want it to become easy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that was the thing, bro.
So what do you think is most important, or if not most important, what things do you think are important when it comes to building a bigger bench?
Woo. Other than commitment, a lot of people won't tell you this, working on your bone strength. Everybody wants these protein shakes and all this stuff, and they're putting all this crap in their body, but you got to build up your bones. Your bones are important too, just like your muscles too.
Right.
They support your muscles, you know what I'm saying? But consistency, your eating, and also not rushing it. Knowing, because there was 4 or 5 almost killed me before, bro.
Really?
Yeah, because I was rushing it. I wanted it so bad. I went for it one day, and almost like the wind out of me, I'm sitting here with nobody helping me, and I had to, and I was rushing it. So just trust the process, man.
Okay.
Look to fail.
Agree with that.
Don't ego lift. You'll injure yourself. You'll set yourself back another 2 months. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing, man, just be consistent. Figure out your body. Learn where your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
If you got this shoulder that's weaker than this shoulder, okay, research how to build this up. You want everything to be equal. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And I know that you talked about your football background. So when was that? Was that middle school, high school, or how long have you been lifting?
My whole life. So football my whole life, weightlifting my whole life. My father got me into it.
Okay.
My uncle introduced me to it because I remember we was watching Dragon Ball Z, and I wanted to be like Goku. And I seen an episode where Vegeta, he kept getting his butt kicked by Goku. He went inside this little thing. You might have seen it. He went inside this little tank thing and turned the gravity up. He was like, ah, and he just kept going and kept going. And that taught me, just seeing that as a kid, like, man, I want to be like them. But, you know, then I face reality. You know, we can't be like cartoons, but, you know, that became my lifestyle. And then, you know, just finding strength through the weight room, dealing with crap and dealing with things, and, you know, teaching myself, if I can overcome adversity in the weight room, I can do it in the real world, you know. So that mentally made me strong. You know, football did as well too, but I think that weight saved my life, bro. Lifting, it did.
Why is that?
Because it's a way for, as a man, it's a positive way to vent.
Thanks.
And lifting weights, it's not about being the heaviest bencher, heaviest spotter. It's about being the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You're never going to be the elite god of powerlifting. You know what I'm saying? But are you better than what you used to be? What did you gain out of? You know, I want to hit PRs in life as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just hit PRs in the weight room. I want to elevate in life. How can I take my developmental things I develop here? How can I use them into my real life? You know, so for me, that's what weights does. It keeps my mind sharp, keeps my mind strong. So that's really what I think about it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. So I encourage y'all to do the same, for real.
So another question I got for you: what do you think is the biggest misconception when it comes to not just the bench press, but lifting weights, getting stronger in general? What do you think is the most common misconception?
Of getting stronger and just the gym in general?
Yeah, just the gym in general.
That it's pretty, it's easy. I see a lot of social media guys and they're doing these nice little workouts, and weightlifting is a nasty thing. It's mean, it's nasty. You're deadlifting, you used to have calluses peeling from, it's nasty. Screaming, hollering, fucking just pushing each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the new stuff I'm seeing. It's just all delicate, and no, it's tough. Yeah. Another thing I want to hit on too, everybody's looking for the easiest route. Just hard work. 2 scoops of hard work. That's
true.
it, man. It's no shortcuts. It's not going to happen with just, no, you got to really push yourself. And it's not going to come easy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I just want to touch on what you said. It's not pretty in here.
Yeah, it's
you know,
not.
a lot of people, like you said, on social media, you see guys doing like these combo exercises.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, look, if you want to build strength, don't do that shit.
Don't do that shit.
You don't need that. You don't need 15 different exercises for your back.
Exactly.
Find 2 or 3 or 4, and do them shits on a regular basis. And progressive overload, and you'll be all right. You don't got to come in here and just every time you come in here and doing something different.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not pretty all the time.
Exactly.
And sometimes the shit is boring, but
it is.
If you wanted enough, you would be in here doing that same shit.
It is. And one more thing I want to hit on too, a lot of guys on social media, they're not openly honest. So they'll give you a workout program that works for them, but they're on PEDs.
Right.
And they may have a following of guys that are natural, and the guys that are following, man, why am I getting the same results? Because he's not going to admit to you that he's using. Some guys are really using, they're not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
They want you to keep relying on them, you know, so it's a lack of transparency. You know, if you're going to follow somebody, see how transparent they are with their routine, and then let that, you know, be your guide. So.
Now, speaking of PEDs, because you hit that 500, you in PED accusation territory right now.
Yeah.
So how do you? I know you're not on PEDs.
Yeah, I know.
But how do you feel about PEDs?
It did cross my mind a couple years ago, but I honestly don't know where to find them. I probably couldn't afford them because from what I heard, they're pretty expensive for real. But just the blood work it takes to keep up on the cycling, the on and off, you know, losing gains off cycle, it's just too much for me, bro. And then I have children, so I know with anything you do, especially that, you may die, you may get sick.
That's a fact.
And I want to be around for my kid, bro. So it's like, is it really worth that? You know what I'm saying? And I want to be inspiration to people that, you know, don't want to take that route. You know, I know people that do use a little bit that I'm just now kind of finding out about, because I just told you I don't know where to get it. But those guys are like, man, you've been using? Like, yeah. So I don't judge them. But I've seen a guy, He's a well-known guy. I'll get with you later on, but he's on dialysis now.
From the PED?
Yeah, and he was actually, he's at the location downtown. Big guy, about 6'1", deadlifting about 800. I mean, he's a beast, bro. When I seen him, he's a monster, but when I seen him on Instagram a while ago, he was on dialysis, bro. And, you know, I'm like, it's just not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. So, and for me, it's not worth it. If you using, educate yourself. Is this what you really want to do? You know, that's your lane, but for me, I'm cool.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've never given it like a lot of thought, but I've thought about it like, I wonder what it would be like to be on PD. Because a lot of people feel like, because you would still have to put in work. Though.
Yeah, you do.
You can't just take the PD and go to sleep and wake up strong as shit. You still have to put in the work. But to me, I just don't think it's worth it. Like you said, you got kids and stuff, and that actually leads me into my next question, because I always see you on social media, TikTok, Facebook with your son. How is it watching him grow and finding what he's passionate about?
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. I had to catch myself when he was about 5 because I was kind of pushing him too hard. And as fathers, it's not our job to try to make him something that we want to be. Let him be himself. You know, so I took smaller steps. Okay, let's do this. Figuring out what he wanted to do. And then we're gonna, okay, that's what you want to do, you sure? Now we're gonna be consistent in doing it. And as far as social media go, I want to show other fathers how to do it too. You know, so they're laying down there lacking, they come across my thing, man, I need to do that with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So just be consistent, man, and then Lord forbid something happened to you, your kid can see the videos, man, my daddy, because right now they don't understand it. They're like, why am I, you know, but man, my daddy was wonderful, man. You know, so I like that type of stuff, man. And you know, I would love any father to do the same for their kid. Don't push them too much. Support them. Make it fun. Make it fun.
Absolutely. I think that's something that a lot of fathers need to hear, the make it fun part. Because like you said, a lot of times you look at your son and you try to make him what you want it to be, or have a life that you wanted for yourself. You want to make him live that life. Like you said, you got to understand he has his own life too. And that made me think about a quote that I think it was earlier this week. It was basically like, it was a son basically saying he could never fill his father's shoes. And the father basically told him, I didn't raise you to fill my shoes. That's I raised you to fill your own shoes.
I like that. That's dope.
And that right there, that stuck with me. And it got me looking at things different. You know what I mean?
That's real, man.
But parenting, man, it's definitely a job in itself, but it's a blessing also at the end of the day.
You can push your kids and burn them out at early age.
Absolutely.
My thing was, the foundation was, I love you, listen. Through me pushing you, you getting aggravated, you know it's love. So my thing, okay, show you I initially love you more than anything, and then I'm gonna push you. But not only that, as a father, you gotta live it too. You can't sit on the couch, eat potato chips, and have your son out there running wind sprints. You need to be out there with him, you know, and doing it along with him, be inspiration, because it's not what they hear, it's what they see. And that's deep. It's both, but it's really what they see. So, you know.
Like I hear people say, do as I say, not as I do. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Don't be like me.
Right. and I'm throwing this 40 back. Hell nah. It should be do as I do. You know what I mean? And it's leading into the next question. This is a question I like to ask everybody. I even ask myself this often. If you could go back 10 to 15 years, what would you tell your younger self about life?
Man, well, to be honest with you, man, a little between 10 and 15 years ago, my mother passed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man, and it was tough, man. And what I would tell myself is, grow through what you go through. You know, a lot of times in life, it's just growing pains, man. It's how you respond to stuff. You know, so grow through what you go through, okay? Whether my mother, as bad as it sucks, you know, how I respond is important, because after she passed, I had a child, you know, so it's like, am I going to allow this to build me in a way that honors her, or am I going to allow this to be a reason I fail? You know, so you have to grow through that and become something better, you know, so that would be what I really would input myself, man, you know, so that's really important.
Now, was that a conscious conversation that you had to have with yourself about, am I going to let this defeat me, or am I going to take this pain and make it something great?
Yes, because for the longest I was confused. I didn't know which direction to go in life. I was looking to, I was looking for answers on why this happened. I was upset. I didn't want to accept it because she was amazing, bro. And it just didn't make sense to me. I've seen guys out here that don't care about life, living on, and I'm like, why the heck, why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me honor her. Let me accept what happened. And I know that she still is with me in spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I was a great son to her. I got a lot of memories to hold on to. And that's just, I let that just feel me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I became at peace with her. So, yeah, for real.
Man, I like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You gotta fight through that. Okay.
Because you're going to have adversity your whole life.
Whole life.
And that was probably one of the biggest challenges I've had, because you got to really buckle down. Okay, how do I deal with this? It's like, you know what I'm saying? How do I deal with this? Like, what am I going to do? So from somebody always being there for you, and when you're dealing with hardship, that's who you go to.
Right.
That person's gone. So who do you turn to? Who do you turn to? You therapist? I mean, that sounds good, but let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you going to turn to? Look within yourself. And that's when I discovered who I really am, what I really am about, because I can't rely on mama no more. My dad was solid too, but mama was my, so that's just what it was, man. So.
Okay, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate the lift.
Yeah,
I appreciate the interview.
Me too.
We're going to have to do this shit again.
Yeah.
Here soon.
Yeah.
So, once again, bro, I just want to thank you.
You too.
And before we get out of here, I want to say, whatever you do
it to the best of you. Press pause, bro. Press pause, my bad, bro.
All right. Remember, whatever you do,
Have fun doing it.
all right, we out of here. Peace.
All right.